these live streams. Let me go into turn down my sound so I can go into the comments. Hello, welcome from Ireland. I'm Francis McCaffrey, stick maker, and I'll be your host and your target for the next maybe just for the next 30 minutes. I think I'll do a live stream just a bit shorter today because I'm in the middle of making some sticks now, and I just want to put another coat on some sticks and then leave them until tomorrow, and that kind of takes a bit of time. And it's working 7 days a week now and working answering questions till 1 and 2 a.m. I think that's how the next few weeks go. I have this kind of chat now function on the website, and it keeps me busy. Usually, hey Garen, how are things, my man? Usually it kind of starts up the questions at about like 10 or 11 o'clock Irish time. I think most of them come from America. I think people are like finishing or in the evenings and stuff like that, and then they ask a few questions. But finally today, things have started to pick up. I was getting a bit worried there for a while. Have you seen my memes, guys? I've been posting memes on my Facebook page and Instagram and stuff. I got a bunch of memes that I'm putting out there as well. I'm trying to think of ways outside the box. Hey Lenny, how are things, man? It's raining in Liverpool, like surprise, surprise. Like there's a permanent cloud over there. Michael Thomas, good morning to you, my friend. How are things? Tim is in the house. How are you, Tim McKern? Very good. Roy as well. Hey Francis. Happy Friday. Greetings to all members of the Order of the Blackthorn. Yes. Shin Shin. Liesel, my good friend, how are you? Good evening to you as well. Claymore, the Order of the Blackthorn reconvenes. Yeah, I need a gavel. I need a gavel, don't I? And then Linad Kaed, a hi from Germany. I'll try it again. So Linad Kahed. Sometimes people have usernames that have like double meanings, and then when you read them out, you sound kind of silly. Have you seen that like in some of the live streams? Sometimes people would get you to read out something that has a double meaning. It happens. Everyone gets caught with that. Hello from Calorglen. How are things, Dad? Good to have you on the stream. We'll have you back now. I'm just flat out today trying to get things done, painting some sticks. I want to get more of the 39-inch sticks done and stuff like that. I always run out of those ones. 38, 39 seems to go. And I think I never have enough sticks for the Christmas run. But today's good. It started the marketing I'm doing, and the advertising is starting to kind of slowly get something from it. Because like up until yesterday, I was like, what's going on here? Like it was pretty quiet. And today now I'm seeing that the search trends, the search traffics, search terms, it's like something happened today or something in America, I don't know. But people seem to be like, starting to think about the Christmas run now again. For retailers, it usually starts the 15th of October. But anyway, Garen, cudgel is a good mallet. It is indeed. It's a good friend as well. Let's see. It's Daniel Deck backwards. Okay, very good. Garen says, or gavel. Hello, Frank. They call it the capital of Ireland, after all. Well, yeah, there's most Irish people. Like everyone in Ireland used to be Liverpool supporters before, and they used to think they're from Liverpool. And a lot of Irish go there as well. There's a great affinity between the people of Liverpool and Ireland anyway. I think all the Irish used to go work there as well, and like most of the working class areas in the UK, like would have a strong Irish presence because, like people were always going across for work because there was nothing here to do. There wasn't much money in the Blackthorn business in the 80s, I'll tell you that. Hi Frank, Lisa, send hello to Dad. Hello Frank. Hello, yes. My dad gets it. You all say hello to him. Very good. I was expecting a stick today, but last is Monday now. Oh, I'm really sorry, Claimer, my man. You have to wait the weekend. These delivery guys, they only work Monday to Friday. And if they miss the cutoff on Friday, you have to wait till Monday. Like, it's kind of, someone ordered a stick today, I think at 9 o'clock. And I think I got it packed and shipped today, so they'll probably have it on Monday. So it's all just depending on when the order comes in. Like, any orders that come in, like, Thursday or Friday night, I usually don't get them out till Monday. And then sometimes, like, the courier is a bit late and have to be rebooked till Tuesday. But the deliveries are going well. So far, so good. Touch wood. You have that expression, like when you say something you want good luck, you have to touch wood, because like for when you're doing these sticks, man, you make the beautiful sticks and everything, then you have to give them to like this middleman, And you know, I always get the old anxiety here of the shippers. But so far so good. They're making their money. I don't think they're as busy this year as last year with orders. I think a lot of orders are down, so they're able to get deliveries on time. And a lot of people are believing about the supply chain issues, which just refers to shipments coming in containers. Like for buying like Christmas gifts online, that's fine. Like any retailer or shop has the stock. They have ways to ship it to you. Like they're not, you know, anyone who's decent anyway. Like so like you can order stuff quicker from me in Ireland than you can in the States at the moment with the postal service. In the US, it can take up to 2 weeks to get something. With me, 4 or 5 days. I know I keep emphasizing that because I get so many questions about it. Let's say, Kirk, hello, good evening to the order gentleman. Yeah, I think you sent me a message. I saw your name pop up on a messenger or something there, or a comment. I didn't get a chance to do that. I was working. Speaking of lentil sticks, what do you recommend for 5'7" bloke? 34 inches be fine. 33.5, 34, maybe even a 35 too. Like usually you're kind of good within an inch as well, because of how you hold the stick. If you hold the stick closer to you, if it's a bit shorter, you just hold it out a little bit more if it's a bit longer. You know, there's it's just a way in which you kind of hold the stick. And you know, so once you're within a kind of inch of your kind of, you're usually a good rule of thumb. It's not like to the exact half an inch and quarter of an inch. Like you get it there or thereabouts, and you're usually fine within like an inch. Let's see now. Claymore says, be worth the wait. Very good, very good. Frank, my dad is saying hello, Lenny B. Forget about my dad. You gotta focus on me. We have Brian Flowers. Hello, how are things? Brian is doing this fasting challenge at the moment. He's doing it like I think for what, for 24 or 25 days. I might do it when I get a chance. This time of year with orders, you're flat out. You don't really get the time to concentrate on something like that. But I do think fasting is a good thing for me. I've done it before last year when I have the time, and I know it's a big excuse. People say when I have the time, this and that, but like the thing about fasting is it's like for the first while you might feel like you need to kind of rest and just take it easy for the first few days. But I'm in full steam now. I'm making sticks, painting them, shipping them, trying to do marketing. I'm on Facebook. I'm messaging all people that you know, bought a stick a few years ago. I'm trying to do an email campaign, trying to do as quickly as possible. Let's see. Kirk got my training last week. Very good, Kirk. And what training was that? Oh yeah, you're doing the gun workshop. You sent me a message. You're training in some tactical stuff, isn't it? I remember. Capio, hello Capio. How are things, my man? I hope all's well with you. I saw a bit of your interview with Johnny. I was actually listening it today as I was making some sticks. I mightn't be familiar with all the characters on your channel, but it does sound like a good soap opera anyway. Tommy Bunk from Florida. How are things, Tommy? How are things? I haven't heard from you there in a while. Hope you're well, and I hope it's all good with you. Let's see. In Simba, I fast every night until morning. Yeah, what I do is like, I'm kind of disciplined that I try to eat before 6 o'clock, except on these Friday live streams. You know what? I'm the worst person because like I try to have these systems and then I just keep falling off the wagon because I just kind of prioritize like work when it's like whenever you're fishing and you're getting a load of bites and fish and different things like that, I kind of feel like that at this time of year. You know, like the more good your tackle is, the more you throw into the water, the more lines you cast. You know, the fish are there this time of year, and you gotta reap the rewards on that as well. Let's see now. We have Ireland coin rings. Francis, when should I cut a blackthorn for seasoning? The best time to cut blackthorn, which finally a wood or stick making question, is usually in the winter time, because the sap from the blackthorn, it retracts right into the roots. And when you cut a blackthorn in the winter time, why the benefit of the sap kind of being retracted into the roots is that when you season it for the 2 or 3 years, it's less likely to split. So that's the main reason, and usually you get a kind of better stick. It can survive the seasoning process after you've done it, you know, for that amount of time. So if you're in Galway, now is a good time of year to cut. Usually in November, I'm usually busy focusing on trying to get sales and business developments. Usually I do my cutting in the second half of winter. But like for the new guys, if you're going out there, just be careful. Have your protective gear. Blackthorn's poisonous. I think I've scared most people from going out cutting blackthorn. It's quite a dangerous job to have. Hi Kevin. Kirk says expandable baton. I call it shillelagh training. Oh yeah. That sounds quite interesting as well. So like what kind of training were they given? Like was someone from like a Filipino martial arts background, or like were they from a stick fighting background? I'd be interesting to know how because you're working for some important people. I know we won't go into into it, Kirk, but your training there. I'd be quite interested to hear much about that. Kirk, I want to get you on the channel someday, man. You're an interesting guy. I have a million questions for you. Capio says, excuse my ignorance. Do you actually make them locally? Must be a rare thing for people in the West to still produce. A good question, Capio. If you're new to me and my channel here, is yes, I make the sticks myself. I cut the blackthorn in County Kerry. There's 3 places I go. There's a farm and a farmer that I know pretty well, and he's 200 acres. So I go there and I cut the blackthorn myself. I season it. I store it for 2 and 3 years, and I make the sticks myself. It's as authentic as you can get, and it's an old profession that started for me as a hobby, and I was always involved in the Irish marketing and Irish crafts for a number of years after I came back traveling from Thailand. And I spent I spent about 5 years over in Asia in my 20s before I got reasonable and come back to what they say, Farangland, as they say for Thailand. So yeah, I make them locally. Like there's not many people that do it authentically. Most people are using fake wood. Most people will use hawthorn painted black and call it. Some people will use pear, cherry, or apple and call it blackthorn as well. So like what I do is like I show people about me that I've been doing this for some time. I've had my father on the stream. My father, is he's been alive since the 40s, so he's a bastion of information as well. And it's a very old profession, like stick making. And what I'm trying to do and to publicize is that, you can make a living out of stick making. It's very much a kind of a solitary type of job. It's very hard to scale up, and you're always trying to find the wood. So it's not like a solid business model, but like it's a business model that if you work hard and you keep pushing, you stay active, you can make a living out of it. But like it's not for, if it was easy, there'd be more people doing it. There's a lot you have to learn in it. But yeah, ask as many questions as you want, Capio. Like, there's no question here I won't answer. Let's see, Roscoe 39,000. Francis, my good man, how are you today? I'm very good. I always like the horror profiles as well. I like my my horror movies on a Friday and Saturday night. It's one of my things to unwind. Some people they play video games to unwind, or there's different things. But I have 3 kids. And Friday nights watch an action movie with the son. I have a system. I do this live stream, get some takeaway. The wife, she's gone out with her friends again. Her social life is better than mine. Is non-existent. My social life is around the kids and you guys. That's about it. Garen, I heard about sticks made from apple and crabapple. They're as stout as real blackthorn. No, they're a bit lighter, like apple and crabapple. Yeah, they're used a lot. Like any kind of hardwood you can theoretically make a stick with, and some woods are denser than the others. Like oak is quite dense, holly's quite heavy. The thing about like say apple and pear and some of these like this is that it does kind of crack a lot during the process, and you'd notice it in the weight. Like if you're holding like an apple stick that's painted black that looks like a blackthorn and a blackthorn, when you hold the two together you notice like the weight. And the reason blackthorn is such a prized type of wood is because of it's quite strong. It's the history behind it as well. It's renowned for its properties similar to oak as well. But where was I now in the comments here? Tommy, I saw some Marines getting pounded Uh, pounded in what way? Let me continue. No, 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 no. So pounded by the Polizei in Germany with expandable batons. I take you're talking about in metaphors. Bravery and ignorance challenges all. Yeah, like the popo. They're a law unto themselves when they get their sticks out and they start they start going at crowds and things. You do want to stay clear, well steer of that. I think I learned my lesson when I was in Korea one time. I went to a protest, and I think I told a story before. There was like two these Korean schoolgirls. They were accidentally knocked down by a military convoy, and there was all of these protests in the center of Seoul. And like a bit of a green kind of idiot at the time, I thought I'd go down to the center to support this, because I kind of was a little bit of an activist type of guy, I suppose, in my college years, trying to to change the world, make it a better place. Until I became a capitalist person myself, I guess. But yeah, and I went down into Seoul to the protest, and the police were there and everything. And I'm a small guy. I'm only about 5 foot 3.5, 4. Maybe on a good day 5'4", and they associated my presence being there as supporting the American military. And you can imagine, like, in Seoul is a city of 20 million people. Like, these protests were up to 200,000 people, and literally an angry mob decided to chase me and to throw things at me. And it was quite and then the police were it didn't seem like the police were doing anything, and they had their batons out, and they looked like they were running after me as well. And literally I had to run to the closest subway stop and jump the fence and jump over it. I didn't pay, and the security guard at the subway station was chasing me. And then there was a subway just coming in, and I Indiana Jonesed it into the subway, and the doors closed, and got away. I kind of learned my lesson then about going to these things with police and protests and stuff. You need to do your proper research and stuff, and if you go there, you have to expect that anything can happen. Let's see, Tim, I finally got a stick from you guys. Just get one, you won't be sorry. Arrived really quick as well. Thanks, Tim. I'm really happy to hear that you got your stick and you enjoyed it, and it's something that you liked, and it means a lot to me knowing that my sticks are going all over the world and finding it their rightful place with people as well. Let's see, Lenny. There's a lad in London who's on hunger strike because his wife is held ransom by the Iranian government. If my wife was held for ransom, I'd eat pizzas. Oh, Lenny, for real? Oh, come on, Lenny. You got to be nice to your good lady. I'm sure she has some value to you. Like Lenny, are you telling me you do all your own cooking? Are you telling me you do your own ironing? Who makes you a cup of tea? Who makes the bed? If you're like an old school guy, that kind of I think you are. I think you like the idea of the 1950s type of housewife, that takes care of you, that looks after you, that does things like that. So if you don't want to eat pizzas, but like a hunger strike, sure, like that's what a lot of it was publicized, by Bobby Sands and by different things. And sure, my uncle was on wasn't he on the committee for on the organizing committee to elect Bobby Sands in Fermanagh and South Tyrone, and my uncle was one of I think it was 6 or 8 people on the committee to get him elected. So I'd know a lot about the hunger strikes as a kid, because in the 80s as well, like I was aware of that. I think that was one of my first memories too, because they had the badges and stuff supporting it. But happily, things have changed a lot in Ireland then, and people are looking forward. And it's like Irish politics is always a difficult one to talk about, because if some member of your family has been directly affected, it's going to be an emotional topic, and you're going to have a side and a point of view, and you're going to have reason to have your various angers on that. And it takes time, because if you're hurt, it's going to take time. But Irish politics is a complex thing. It's a lot of people, they don't like bringing up Irish politics because there's arguments, there's different things, but you can have a constructive conversation on it as well. And it's one of those things as well. But hunger striking and fasting are two different things. Like, you know, fasting, a lot of people's motivation is to improve their health, you know, to do different things, and they do it like carefully. Like, they know, everyone knows their body pretty well. Like, when I'm dizzy, what do? Do I go drive a car when I'm dizzy? No. Like, if I'm feeling hungry, like, you know, and dizzy and stuff like that, am I going to like continue to keep fasting? No, I'm going to go, okay, I probably need to have something now. Maybe my, you know, electrolytes are low or something like that. Lenny, it's only a joke. I know, Lenny. I know you're joking. I know your sense of humor. You see, but it's more funny if I take you literally. So if someone's joking, it's an old comedy thing. You can take them literal, and it's more fun then because they have to say, no, I was only joking. It's in our like in Ireland when you're having a bit of banter, if someone says something in jest, you know, there's loads of ways you can react, but sometimes it's funny to take the person literal as well. Let's see now. Kurt says, various training, M4, 9mm, baton. Then they teach first aid to patch them up after you put holes in them. Oh my goodness. Kurt, I'm glad I'm your friend. Like, so, okay. So 9mm, that's like a Beretta or something like that, or a Glock. You have a baton as well. What's an M4? That's some kind of firearm as well. I'm not up to date with all the names of various firearms. So, but I did go to a shooting range when I was in Korea and in Asia and in Bratislava as well. And I do enjoy shooting guns and different things like that. There's just it feels pretty good, and I think that, you know, it can be done responsibly as well. But it's like everyone has a different point of view, and I'll listen to everyone's point of view, and I'm quite happy to change my point of view for anyone as well. Let's see, Roscoe3900. Would you sell a blank Blackthorn sticks, ones you haven't worked on yet and cured already? If I had a surplus and I had loads, but at the moment I have to be, for business reasons, very selfish with the blanks that I have, because like last year during COVID, I sold like 3 years worth in 1 year. And then like I was kind of like, how do I manage my stock and trying to make sure that I put out really good sticks each year. And so, you know, I don't have like excess at the moment, and I make more, of course, as a business, selling a finished product than selling the raw material as well. You'd have to be really good friends with me to get one for free to work on yourself. But yeah, I've given it before, like the Wounded Warriors guys. I gave some sticks to before in America and a few different things. But then I get a lot of people like, you know, messing, trying to get stuff as well. So, but I'm open to it, but like not at the moment. I gotta, like, you know, focus on the business side of things. I see Ron. I got my hiking stick last week, and I was really impressed by how thin it was, but also how strong it flexes, but not that much. Yeah, the idea is like the thinner sticks were the ones they use for flighting, and they need a bit of like flexibility in them as well, because if they're too hard and rigid when they hit, and usually you can get like a faster strike with the thinner sticks, and they're a little bit lighter. You can go a bit faster, so that's kind of. I must make a video about that as well, about kind of like a lot of people, they don't understand the lighter sticks. Like they all want the monster sticks or the big ones, but the lighter ones, they're pretty good. They're very strong as well, and they're really fast if you need to use them. I suppose that's the main thing. We need quite few patches for M4 chastising. Okay, what's M4 again, man? I'm like, is that a gun? Is it a bomb? Is it what? I'm trying to think what an M4 is. You can educate me. I just can't think of it at the top of my head. Ireland coin rings. I will call in to see you some weekend. We have a camper and travel down to Waterfill very often from Galway and have passed through Killorglans. I'll bring the custard creams. Sound good. Let me know when you're coming, because like the best time to meet me is when the kids are at school, because like I'm minding them a lot at the weekends. But once I know in advance, I can like get the mom down to mind the kids for a while. If you want to meet up, if you want to call in to see me, or you know, just to get to know me, I'm always happy to meet people from the Blackthorn community. It's always a pleasure. Garen, it's a good rule of thumb for stick knob. Let's see. It is a good rule of thumb for a stick knob, almost none on hiking sticks, and medium-sized canes for large. I think you're trying to get at is like a large knob at the top of a hiking stick. Like I know they look cool and they're good in movies and stuff, but they're not really practical, because like the weight that you're putting on them kind of like leans forward, And you know, if you have a heavy weight at the top of a hiking stick, it kind of defeats the purpose of a hiking stick. So like there's a reason why I don't do anything. Like, you know, some people are like, oh, why don't you make the sticks with the big giant knobs in the top and the bit different things? But like for a hiking stick, it's not really good because the weight of having a big knob on that and you're trying to use it on your wrist as well, it's not the best approach. So the hiking sticks I make are usually kind of like you know, they're thin and they're narrow, like not thin, maybe 7/8 inch. I have some about an inch as well, and they're pretty good. But I don't try to put the big, if there's a big giant knob at the top of it, I'm like, that's a good cudgel, that's a good shillelagh or walking stick. Lenny, I was a merchant seaman for 32 years, Francis. I look after myself. Oh, very good, very good. So you that's impressive. I stand corrected, Lenny. I stand corrected. You know, your room must be tidy. Your shoes must be well maintained and polished as well. All right, so you know you're going to leave your wife be taken for ransom and you just let her go then. But I suppose with merch, you could be like Liam Neeson, you know, in those Taken movies. You know, I will come and find you. I will do this to you. You know, I can see you maybe cast in the Liverpool version of Taken with Liam Neeson, perhaps. Tommy says, an M4 is like a really cool M16, so it's a machine gun then. Okay. Yeah, the M16 is what the army use, isn't it, as well? And is that would be like the standard type of issue gun that the military would use, isn't it, in the US? And it's the AK-47s that the Ruskies use, isn't it? Claymore 64. 2-0 for Scotland. Woohoo. Yeah, I'm so out of touch with football. Like, I used to be in it when I was younger, but then like it's just too time consuming. I've been flat out with between kids and working and family stuff. It becomes like this routine you get into, and then when you get a bit of time, like usually matches are on at times that, you know, I'm busy doing different things with the kids when they're young and they want to go to bed and different things like that. So, you know, when you have time, it's good to watch a competitive game, lots of action. You know, you want to see goals, you want to see skills, you want to see the best. That's why I like World Cup the best. Like if now, I know every 4 years I usually go out of my way to watch the World Cup, especially when it gets to knockout stages. Like, you know, you're seeing the best in the world compete, and that's what I like. So I'm more a fan of like, you know, like the Irish football team, man. Look, you gotta say it true. Watching them is tough going. Like, you know, it's you know, for me, like I like to see highly skilled people at the best. You know, like you see a Barcelona, Madrid, or, you know, remember in the 80s, you see Klinsmann with Inter Milan. I don't know, that was 87 or something like that. But anyway, let's see. Dennis says, hello, Francis. Haven't been able to join in the past few weeks. Don't worry at all, David. Or Dennis, I mean. Getting my future son-in-law to get a stick for his own father who had a stroke. Well, you know, I do wish your son-in-law's father a speedy recover. You know, he just needs a bit of time, and it's good to have a loving family around you to support you as well. I think that's a very important thing to have. Family is important. Like, you know, you gotta, you know, be nice to your kids, nice to your in-laws. But that's always weird. Like I'm always like, I have a daughter, and you know, if she ever brought home a husband or something like that, it's you know, I'm kind of old school thinking. I'll be like, you know, where's my M4? But anyway, let's see. I have my own stick, and I want it to be made from Blackthorn. Yeah, like if you make your own stick and cut it, and you put the time and effort, and like it takes like 3 years or something to get it done. So, you know, there's such a sense of accomplishment. You can do it, and you do get a rush when you finally complete it. And I don't mind selling them. Like when you give something you've made to someone, they use it, they cherish it, and you know it's going to a happy home. Like I don't know, you feel good about yourself. I made someone happy by making something. There's like I suppose like the same kind of, like, you know how people get addicted to charities and working and helping people, and you just, is it the serotonin or something? You just get like a happy response from doing that. Now let's see. Brendan from Tipperary, how are you, my friend? Hi, Francis. Do you ever enter your sticks in a stick making competition? I've heard of competitions manually adding horns to their blackthorns for an advantage. Yeah, that's a UK thing, and you get the ribbons and stuff like. But you know, I don't know, is there any value? Like, I know it's not really an Irish thing, and I know like the stick making competitions that I'm aware of are like those groups on Facebook. I think you're in a bunch of them. And like they're for like the guys who spend all the time like carving and doing lots of things, but like I couldn't, like, for the amount of time and effort that someone puts into carving on the handle, creating the characters, entering into the contest, you know, you could be, it's like a work of art. You could be working on that for weeks. And like, you know, 3 weeks works is what you make. An average work week is what, 500 euros. So you want to sell that sticks for 1,500 euro, no one's going to buy it. So, you know, like, times are different now, but those stick making contests, you know, I make more functional sticks than high pieces of art. But every now and again, I get a stick that looks pretty good. So who knows? Who knows? And or Brendan, here's an idea. We do our own stick making contest. You know, we'll do it in Turles or someplace in Tipperary. Like, I'm always like that. If someone making suggestions, and sure, why not do it yourself? Like, you know, make your own contest. Get a few sponsors. You know, it'd be easy to get a location in a hotel or a bar. If you're bringing in a crowd, they'll be happy. You'll get the room for free. You know, just get the only expense really is the lighting guys or the sound guys or something like that. I see. I've heard a competition in Manly adding horns. Yeah. They had. I had the or no, was it that was years ago. But I had two with added horns this year that was made for me that I sold. But yeah, like some people are into that and good for them. Football means soccer, doesn't it? Yeah. Like, because you see in Ireland, football is like Gaelic football, Irish football. So like, you know, when Irish people are talking about football, it's or native sport, which is like GAA, which is Gaelic football. So like, you know, soccer is seen as a foreign game that came here, and it's very, very popular. But like, you know, because like, you know, people from the UK, they call it football because that's their native sport. That's what they grew up in. They have a lot of national pride, as you well know, in the UK regarding their football and football team. But like in Ireland, like, because, you know, we have a game where you kick a ball, and there's another game where you kick a ball. Football, you know, is in, well, I'm in County Kerry, which is renowned and famous for GAA. They've won the most titles out there as well. So they would be renowned for that kind of thing as well. But yeah, soccer is called football in the UK. Yeah, that's pretty good. And like in the UK, it's like the culture around, like, as they call it, football is much different. It's like tribal. It's like fanatical. You know, guys, you know, I see them cry because their team loses and different things like that. And like, I don't know, like sometimes it's kind of hard for me to understand. But I guess if they've grown up with it, they have memories attached to it. You know, they have that emotional connection to, you know, going there as a kid and different things, and they love their team, and they love that feeling when everyone is happy because the team won. And maybe then it's because of the collective consciousness of everyone in the stadium. If the team loses and everyone feels down, you know, it's just an overwhelm of emotion. Like, I think, isn't that the basis they do those, like, you know, those American preachers, like, praise to God, I'll cure you, you know? It's like all the people around, and it's all the euphoria, and people get caught up in it. So, like, you know, I suppose, like, from starting the questions I don't understand, I've kind of answered myself now, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand it. Sometimes I think out loud, but yeah, like, it's interesting. I know I'm interested in many things. You know, the psychology around it, or the way people think, or, you know, the way things happen. Like, I'm interested in things. Like, you know, to me, I don't think things are good or bad. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Is there something to learn here? Is there something to talk about? But I talk at so many random topics as well. So, hi Francis. I understand the walking stick. Okay, the walking stick. What is the other thing in your video title? Which one? I don't really know. What does it say? What? Oh, the video title: Blackthorn walking sticks and shillelaghs. So the title of this live stream is that. Shillelagh, I refer to that as like a small stick, like a cudgel, but like in North America, shillelagh refers to like a walking stick as well. So usually, to like be inclusive, I try to use as many terms as people are familiar with, because some people from different places and different parts of the world, they call things different things. Now, within Ireland, shillelagh can mean one thing. Here in Kerry, it can mean something else in Wicklow. The origin of it, some people say it comes from Shillelaghs, an Irish word. Some people say it comes from the forests. You know, it's one of those debates that there is no correct answer. It just depends where you're from. Let's see. Claymore, signing off now. Guests arriving soon. Yeah, I got to do a quick. I got to, because I'm under a bit of time pressure today. So I might sign off myself now in a moment, guys. Usually I'm available for an hour, but just with this Christmas run, I want to get some more sticks painted before I go back, because then tomorrow morning I'll be able to get them online. So I might, yeah, I think I might just finish up the live stream for today around now. Okay, Liesl, I took my uncle to see Spurs when I was little. I'm not a huge football fan, but I love the memories of Spurs. Yeah, it's great for kids. But then, you know, the cursing and the language of some of those matches is like mad, like, or the songs they sing. To American soccer is a game played almost entirely with feet, while football is a game played entirely with hands. Yeah, it depends on where you're from. If you're from a place and there's a ball and there's a sport, that's what you're going to call football, or whatever, like you call it as well. You know, but yeah, like it's interesting, but in American football too, we in Ireland we call it American football to distinguish it, and then Aussie rules is the Australian one, which Irish claim to have origins in the Irish bringing it there. But look, guys, I gotta go now. I gotta do a few more things. I'm putting out content on my Facebook. I'm putting out content on Instagram. I put a bit of time and effort into doing some funny memes. You know, some of them might be hit or misses. Like, some of them might be funny, some of them might not be funny. I think I have one, Michael Caine. I just thought the name Michael Caine, and I have a picture of his head on a picture of a cane or something like that. So I've had a few bad puns coming along the way. So I've tried to have a sense of humor on it as well. So thank you for watching the live stream. I need to get a bit of work done before I gotta get home again. And I'll see you all, guys, next week, and I promise you an hour next week. I should be more on top of things as well. I think the next week is usually one of, you know, it gets pretty busy the last 2 weeks of November. And thanks for watching the live stream, guys. And you know, as always, you can contact me anytime through the website. There's a chat now function. You know, usually I get back to you pretty fast on that, because my phone is always with me and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, just you know, do that. And if I don't answer them, it's usually because I'm asleep or I'm working or something like that. But thanks for watching, and buy all your Christmas presents. Tell all your friends. Share my posts. You know, annoy people with who McCaffrey Crafts is, and Shillelaghs, like, and walking sticks, and why they need them. You know, you've been educated of why a walking stick is useful. It's more than just a walking aid. It's a companion. It's a protector. It's so many different things. And I'll leave you on that, because I'm waffling.